Okay, guys, so on today's show, we're talking to Shallon Lester, editor at Star Magazine and writer for the official CW TV series Gossip Girls blog. Previously a blogger, columnist for Glamour Magazine, gossip feature reporter for New York Daily News, and associate editor for FHM.com. She's an author, and you've probably seen her make appearances dishing out entertainment news on the Wendy William show.
Yes.
Hi. Thanks for joining us today.
Gosh.
Well, me, I mean, because Kayla's not here today.
No, bless her heart.
I know. So, generally, we love to start the show by asking, our guests, tell us something about you, like a fun fact, something that you something that you enjoy to do on your personal time.
I like shooting. I love to shoot guns. I'm a little bit.
Oh my gosh, you caught me up when you said shooting. I was like, okay, I'm thinking.
No, I tell that to people. I was like, oh, I'm shooting all day, and they're like, oh, what are you shooting for? Like a magazine? I was like, no, I'm like blowing stuff up out in the desert. I was in ROTC in college, so I love guns and weapons. I don't own any. Everyone can relax.
Okay.
I don't think I should own any, but I love it, and I love rodeo too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just.
I love cowboys. I love boys who do rodeo and boys who shoot.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
I really wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, people don't expect that when they look at me, but yeah. I can.
No, it sounds like fun. I've never done it. I've always wanted to do it. I've seen other people do it on reality shows and different things. I'm like, oh my god, that looks like it could be so much fun. I'm actually afraid of guns.
Yeah, well, you should be. They're terrifying. I mean,
Yeah.
you should have a healthy fear and respect for guns.
Yeah.
No, it's so fun. You should do it. Yes.
Where would you go here in New York City?
There's indoor gun ranges, but if you want to go really shoot weapons, out in Connecticut, there's guns and there's weapons. So if you want something big, like a M16 or an AR, something like that.
I don't even know what that is, but it just sounds crazy.
They're big. They're big, scary.
So is that
heavy
something
weapons.
that you would so you go there and you're holding this?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you must invite me.
Yeah, we'll go.
I must go.
It's fun.
Wow.
It gives you a sense of power, and it's just
sure.
You get why people are into it.
We go from the gun range to entertainment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How did you get involved in entertainment?
Well, I was always writing. I was writing through college. I was writing when I first moved to New York, and I basically was taking the jobs that would hire me, and that was in entertainment, with FHM, and I really, really liked it. And then I moved to the New York Daily News, and I think celebrity is just so part of our generation and our culture. That's what we talk about with our girlfriends. Those are the magazines we buy when we're getting on a plane. That's everyone's guilty pleasure, and it's really fun to do your guilty pleasure as your job.
So, we're here, we're all about success stories.
Mm-hmm.
So Y-Clad Chat is about business news, as it applies to lifestyle, fashion, events, that kind of thing, right? But we try to hit the business aspect of it. And so most of our listeners are, people who are either entrepreneurs, CEOs, business, people to that extent. So we're really big on success stories because we feel like it's really inspiring and really from a lot of the stories and a lot of the guests that we have, the stories that they tell or the experiences that they share really help listeners or people who are just trying to do something positive or something with their careers, right? Just succeed or consider a new path, that kind of thing. So tell us the accelerated version to how you've started from college, and now you're the editor at Star Magazine.
Yeah, I think so. I went from college. I really focused on just writing for whoever would take me. And at first, for the first few years, I was writing for free. And a lot of people my age are like, I'm not going to write for free. It's you're 21, you have nothing to say, you have no credentials. Write for free. It's especially if you're a writer, you have no capital. It's not like you have to buy all these materials to do the thing you want to do. Writing is free.
Yeah.
So do that. Build up your portfolio. Get clips so that when the job that pays does come along, you have something to show them instead of a resume that's empty because you were too prideful to write for free.
Yeah.
So that really helped me go from being a waitress when I first moved to New York to associate editor of FHM. That was my first job. And then from there, you're kind of in the loop. You meet people. A huge tip, I think, is don't burn bridges. Yeah. You never know who your intern's going to turn into. You never know where your boss is going to go. The random person, someone who ended up hiring me was someone I used to waitress with.
Really?
Yeah. And you never, especially in New York City, people end up all over the place.
Small city,
it is.
Even though it's a big city.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a small town in a big city. Yeah. And especially whatever industry you're in, it's probably pretty small. You're in that same pocket and you meet a lot of the same people. So keep an open mind. don't keep too sharp of a tongue,
Yeah.
and don't hold grudges,
Yeah.
even though I'm prone to all of those things.
We all are. We're human.
I know. So yeah, I went to the Daily News and then Glamour, and then I had a reality show and wrote some books and stuff. And again, like, those things just came about because I kept an open mind and really tried to make connections with as many people as I could.
Okay, so as a successful editor and blogger, what did you do differently to? Well, you talked about kind of writing for free, and just kind of getting yourself out there that way.
Yeah.
Beyond that, like, what did you do to kind of outshine many others that I'm sure may have probably applied for that position, and you have it?
I really tried to go over and above. Like, when I was applying for Star and any publication, I read as many issues as I could get my hands on, really tried to learn the editorial voice, the structure, and go in with ideas, like, of how to improve. Not criticisms, because people, now that I hire people, they come and they're like, what is this section? I'm like, you can get out. Like, don't come in here criticizing what we do. We're obviously doing the best we can. But, like, come in with ideas and enthusiasm. And I think that set me apart. And I was also really bold. I would write really spicy cover letters. I would write spicy articles. So as a writer, you would rather have someone go a little too turned up than, and because you can reel them back again.
Fine-tune them, right?
But if they're a little flat, you can't pump them up. It's exhausting for someone hiring to be like, well, I'm always going to have to hover over this person and, like, try and spice up their writing. So I was bold, and I took risks that other people were like, that's a really stupid thing you wrote. And I'm like, well, I got the job.
Is it possible for you to give us an example? Or is there not something that stands out?
So let's see. When I applied for FHM, I knew it's a men's magazine. It was written by men for men, and I was at a disadvantage being a 23-year-old girl. But I wrote my cover letter so sassy. My opening line was, I'm a frat guy trapped in a hot girl's body. And they were like, that's what got you the job. Like, we knew you had our voice, you could make fun of yourself, you didn't take yourself too seriously. And, like, that did it. And I remember showing it to the other interns at Shape Magazine where I was working for free, and they're like, don't send that. And I was like, well, I'm gonna. Like,
what do you have to lose?
Yeah, I have nothing to lose.
Right.
I have nothing to lose. And, like, that is how I write. Showcase your skills in a bold way and stand out.
Yeah.
Fortune favors the bold.
I like that. Okay, so you were in a reality show.
Yes,
we were literally just talking about reality TV. And so you were on MTV's Downtown Girls.
Yes, I was.
Where they followed, I guess, sort of your dating life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, like, what's that experience? Like, I'm kind of guilty. Well, actually, my husband is definitely a reality person, and so I'm forced to watch a lot of the stuff he watches. Yeah. And so I've kind of so now I'm guilty of enjoying it a little bit. But then I can't imagine people just sort of intruding on your life, for so many hours in a day. I mean, I'm not sure how it all works out, but
it's not even like, oh, there's a camera following you around. It's not fake at all, but it's so set up. There's so much infrastructure going on. Like, if this was being filmed, or if, say we were at a restaurant, they would have. You don't just walk into a restaurant with a camera crew. There's clearance, there's lighting. They have to test lighting beforehand. They have to make sure everyone in the background has clearance. Sometimes it was people that we would bring in to be seat fillers for a scene where I was on a date or something like that. And ours wasn't even the highest production value that shows can get. Like The Hills, we were kind of a step below The Hills, but it is intense. Having cameras in your face.
So how do you keep the reality, I guess, portion of it with so much, setting up or so much
production?
Yeah.
For me, everything that happened in the scenes was completely organic. When I met up with my ex-boyfriend, he inadvertently revealed he'd been cheating on me while we were together. I was like, what?
Whoa.
So I think you just have to kind of surrender to the whole process.
Right.
I realized at some point, they know everything about me. They kind of own me. So I just need to surrender emotionally to these scenes. Don't try and look good. Don't try and come off as in control and smart. And be vulnerable. Be real. If someone hurts your feelings, you're hurting my feelings.
Right,
I feel fat. I'm hungover. No one likes me. I'm going to die alone. All these things that we think, that's what makes audiences connect to you.
Right.
So you just have to do it.
Yeah.
Sucks.
No, I'm sure. I'm sure. And you know what, too? Especially when you're having a real moment or an emotional moment.
Yeah.
I'm sure in the back of your mind you're not saying I'm being. You're actually going through the motions.
Having it. So you were having it. Mm-hmm. And you can't, there's no like, oh, do I
Cut.
squeeze my like arm? Yeah, and there's no dipping out. Like, you're in it. They're going to follow you. If you go into the bathroom, they're coming in. Like, it's
Trying
crazy.
to see me. You know?
Yeah.
Wow,
it's
it
hard.
sounds intense.
So you see girls who like flip out on reality shows and they're like, don't follow me anymore. It's like, I get it. And those producers are like, she's ungrateful or whatever. I remember them saying that about Lauren Conrad. I'm like,
I'm sure it's tough.
It's tough.
Because there's parts of you, I mean, I feel like there's parts of you that's for the world, and there's parts of you that's for yourself, and then there's still another part that's for your family and friends, maybe. You know what I mean? So, you don't want to reveal all three of those parts.
When you don't even feel like it.
Right.
Like, they are going to be revealed whether you say so or not.
Right.
Yeah. And I think audiences expect so much transparency, so much, like, candid moment. It's... they expect that, and if they don't get it, they're not going to watch.
Right.
Yeah.
So, would you ever consider doing this again?
It would have to be the right project. I don't think I would do anything on my like personal life anymore necessarily, but I don't know. Yeah, I would like to do something where I help other girls who are dating, like kind of a dating coach, something like that. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not doing anything interesting anymore. I'm just watching Golden Girls and eating frosting. So.
Similar to me. Like, how do you live in New York and just, I'm always home.
I know.
I'm such a homebody.
Well, the city is so tiring. People don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm sure people do this too. They come to visit and they
and
go.
they want you to go every
million miles an hour. And then at the end, they're like, oh, how do you do this? I'm like, I don't do this.
Right.
I don't do this at all. I nap a lot and I complain constantly. Like, I'm not out 7 days a week and lunch and dinner and going to the Met and going to Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
No.
I think I've been to the Statue of Liberty twice my entire life.
Yeah, I went once for a party. I was wasted the whole time. I was like, you're the best.
I didn't even know they had parties at the Statue.
Yeah, I went to like a private party, like a whiskey event at night.
Out.
It was so cool. It was really cool.
So, in addition to being an influential editor and blogger, you're an author. Oh yes, the way we're going to talk. Okay, so yes, you're an author, and beyond that, you also have a dating advice show on YouTube.
Yes, I do. I have a YouTube channel. I did a series of kissing videos for howcast.com a few years ago, and they like blew up. They have like 30 million views each. A lot of people out there are bad kissers.
Amazing. Wow.
They're Googling things like how to kiss nice and hard. Like, people Google this on purpose.
Right.
And they find me. Thank God they do.
Okay, so wait, let's just back up because now this is like the gun rage thing.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. So wait, first of all, how did you even come up with this concept?
I didn't. I had done a series of like teen dating advice videos for Howcast, and they did really well. My friend was a casting agent there, and she's like, we have an idea to do a kissing series. We'd like cast a male model and a female model, and you can like instruct them. I was like, oh no, honey, I'm gonna be making out with the male model. I'm such a hoe. But it was great. It was super fun. We did like 35 videos in a day. We made out all day.
35 videos.
Yes, a lot.
So for each video, there was a different guy.
No, it was the same guy.
Oh.
Why did I think of that?
I'm like, wow.
Damn it. I could have upped the hoe factor so bad.
Oh my God.
So good. No, it was the same guy. He's great. And we got along so well. We had really good banter, and he was a good kisser too. Like, I realized that a minute before we started filming. I was like, what if you're not even a good kisser?
Right.
Like, what am I going to do? What if you don't think I'm a good kisser? So we got along really well. We had good chemistry. He's still a good friend. And they blew up. So I kind of started my own YouTube channel out of that. And from the reality show, I would have a lot of teenage girls emailing me and tweeting at me like, I like this guy in my homeroom class. So it just sort of like came around organically. And I have like 30,000 followers now, and they ask me a ton of questions. I reply to all of them. I get like 500 emails a week.
Oh my gosh. So you must dedicate like a whole weekend every weekend.
Yeah, I really try. It's kind of reaching the tipping point where I can't respond to everyone anymore, but I really try to.
Oh,
very sweet.
But it sounds like fun.
It is. It's so fun. And I feel like I'm sparing these girls
heartbreak, heartache, silly mistakes.
Silly mistakes. Things that you just, no one is telling you. Like, don't text a guy first. Let him come to you. If he isn't coming to you, it's because he doesn't want to. Real talk.
Yeah.
Like, he knows where to find you. He has 1 billion methods of getting in touch. Yeah. He'll come after you if he wants to. Little things, body language, confidence. Like, I don't know if you experience this with your friends. I do. At this age, it's like when friends complain about guys or being single, they almost don't want advice. They just want to be yay-sayed.
Yeah.
Like, you're right. You should have slept with him on the first date. Yeah. And then power texted him the whole next day. You do it. Yeah. No. Don't do that. And like, girls our age, for some reason, don't want to hear it. But when you're a teenager and still in college, you're still receptive to learning. Yeah. You're still in a learning frame of mind. So they take the advice, and it's like their lives turn around dramatically. And I'm trying to create a generation where hopefully I'll be obsolete in a generation. No one will need my advice because I'll have it all figured out.
Okay, so lastly, as I mentioned before, we broadcast on lifestyle, business, news, events, and fashion as well. And so there are these segment of questions that we just like to ask and to leave our listeners with. Okay, so tell us, what is the most memorable event that you ever attended and why?
Oh gosh, I didn't see this question before. Oh man, there have been so many. Oh, no matter what answer I give, it's gonna feel wrong. No. I was going to say one that involved Kanye West, but I'm not going to, because screw him. Probably a Stevie Wonder concert, and it was for like 50 people, and none of my friends wanted to go, so I went by myself, and it was like, he was basically like singing to me. Didn't know where I was in the room, but it was still like really so special. It was like his birthday party or something. It was crazy.
And he was performing in his own
nice. It was amazing. Yeah, that's the first thing that comes to mind. Oh man, I'm sure there's more.
That sounds amazing.
I blocked them out. I think it was.
It's okay. We'll go with that one. I like that one. Okay. So, what are the three jewelry and accessory essentials a woman should not leave the house without?
Heels.
Okay.
Sunglasses, because you never know where you're gonna end up. I mean, the walk of shame is so much less deliberate if you have sunglasses.
You're just. I've never thought about it that way.
Exactly. Yeah. Then it's intentional. You are just dressed really slutty at 7 a.m. because you like it. Okay? You're carrying your bra in your hand just because. This is what I do. 7 a.m. on a Sunday. Getting bagels in these thigh-high boots. And lip gloss.
I was just going to ask you, are you a lip gloss or a lipstick girl?
So through my research, like through my YouTube channel, I dig a lot into science and like the biology behind attraction and all that. And do you know why guys are attracted to glossy lips?
No.
Because they remind them subconsciously of when a woman gets wet. Yeah, it's a bit vulgar, but it's true. It's true. It's just like unconscious.
I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Well, as you said it kind of like, clicks in my head.
Yeah, it clicks. You're like, oh.
Makes
Not
sense.
like matte lipstick is off-putting, but it can go wrong a lot. You can get that cakey thing. Like I think we've all been bamboozled by Kylie Jenner doing it, but in real life, gloss I think is the way to go for sure. Okay, it's just easier.
Yay. Okay, so your favorite accessory or jewelry designer?
I really like noir jewelry. It's a little like sultry and spooky, but I like anything you can personalize. Okay. So I love Etsy jewelry. I like to get things with words, names, states, places, just whatever I'm feeling.
Personalized.
Yeah, like I got a guitar recently, and I got the name of my guitar on a necklace, and I wear it all the time.
Oh, nice.
People think it's like my dad's name. I was like, it's my guitar.
Do you play it?
Poorly, but I'm learning. Okay. Yeah. So I like personalized things because then it's like you're apart from everyone else, and it's like it's almost like a tattoo. Yeah. But it's not on your body all the time.
Okay, cool.
Take it off.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us today. This was really, really cool. Before I let you go, though, can you, just if anyone wanted to follow you on social media or even your YouTube page, just tell us how we can find you.
So you can find me on social media at ShallonXO. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, and you can follow my YouTube page at Shallon Lester.
Yay! So as you guys know, Kaylin Burke is not here today. She actually injured herself, and so I am going to have to talk about the featured designer of the day. So today's designer feature is the Iris belt, which I am wearing, and I've been wearing throughout the entire interview, by Raina Belts. The Iris belt is a Velcro belt with 6 tiers of gold chains draped at the front for dramatic and embellished appeal. The Iris belt is one of my very favorite accessories here at Y-Clad. I love it. I wear it a lot. It's so versatile, and it just screams luxury each time I wear it. You can own your own. Just simply go to yclad.com, and that's www.y-clad.com, and we offer these belts in 3 colors: white, black, and navy. I'm wearing the navy today. And so again, you can head over to Y-Clad.com, that's y-clad.com, and check out all of our other collections there for belts, jewelry, and pick up yourself an Iris belt. It's super affordable and it's a great investment. Okay guys, so we're gonna jump right into the events for today. I am not going to do any news, only because we pre-recorded this show, and it's pre-recorded so way in advance that it's impossible for us to give you the news, so in so much space of, I guess, ahead of time, basically. Okay, so in today's events, or must-attend events, I wanted to talk about the JA New York show. And so, these shows are done 4 times a year, and they're back. They're going to be here at the Jacob Javits Center. I think 2 shows ago we talked about it to let you guys know that that JA was back in town, or will be back in town. Well, since it's right around the corner, I just thought it would be a great time to talk about it again. So on Sunday, March 13th through the 15th, you can hit up the Jacob Javits Center for the JA show, and go there and source them out for new jewelry, new accessory, new finds for your boutique, your retail, your store, your retailing store, whatever your needs are, whether it's a .com, whatever it is, they have it there. The JA show is the leading jewelry trade show event. It includes roughly 550 of the world's finest jewelry brands, designers, and suppliers, representing the full spectrum of market categories and product choices. It may be too late to register by the time this show airs, so you will just have to head over to the Jacob Javits Center if you haven't already registered, and walk with I think they want like 3 recent invoices, your tax ID information, and a business card to prove that you're a business owner. And then I think you just fill out a form, and they give you a ticket and some stubs for coffee and food and stuff like that, and then you can enjoy all the vendors that are there at the show. For more information, just head over to www.ja-newyork.com. Okay, so also at the Jacob Javits Center, simultaneously with the JA show, is the Children's Club show. The Children's Club is a international exhibition featuring every category of children's clothing from newborn to age 12. Late items, fashion accessories, footwear, toys, and gifts. Children's Club is an excellent opportunity to be seen by the medium to better children's specialty retailers and boutiques. It's held 4 times a year: January, March, August, and October, just like the JA show. And it's running simultaneously with JA New York, scheduled for March 13th through the 15th. To register for the Children's Club show, just head over to www.enkshows.com. Again, that's www.enkshows.com. So that concludes the show. Thank you guys. Have a good night. And remember, love life and wear it well.